What's that?
Dad,
What?
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
guess what we forgot?
What's up, buddy? Good morning.
We are
How are you?
multitasking right now because Grace she can't get online, so I'm trying to let him out, let people in,
No worries.
and
We got this, y'all. It's
we'll
going to be a
figure it
great
out.
day.
We
We
will
figure it out. That's right.
Bryce, say goodbye to everybody.
Bye, Bryce. Have a great day, baby.
Okay, bye.
Bye, sweetie. Well, happy Thursday, y'all. What's going on? It's a beautiful, beautiful morning here in Atlanta. Looks like it's beautiful there in Charlotte. Brock, you had to put your sun visor now. I'm all here for the sun. All here for it, y'all. Good morning. We got Fran on. Good morning, Fran. We got Karen. We have Heather. We got Jackie D, Michelle. Good morning. Paul's on here. Of course, he ain't got his camera on. Dennis, good morning. Good morning. We've got two Johns on here. Now I'm really going to be confused. What are we doing to me? What are we doing to me? Fred, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. James, how we doing this morning? It's Thursday, almost through the week. How we feeling? Good? Good? All right, good. I like to see it. I like to see it. All right. Well, Brock's still just going to allow some people to come in as they try to join. So we're just going to shift and pivot this morning. We roll with the punches, which is perfect because that's what we're kind of going to be talking about today. So I love it. Thank you guys all so much for being here. If you don't already know, my name is Justine Derby. I am a wife, I am a mom, and I am a Metro Atlanta area realtor. And Brock is so graciously allowed me to come here on Thursdays to just pour into you guys. We talk about things. It's a safe space for us all to kind of be here, talk about what's working, maybe some social media tips and tricks, and just kind of ways to get through shit in our life, right? So thank you guys so much for being on here today. I really kind of wanted to recap what we talked about last week, which was a lot about visibility and showing up, even though sometimes we don't feel ready or we don't feel we're prepared enough to do so. And I would like to shout out a few people. Brock, I have been seeing you do your lives. You've been doing absolutely amazing with that. So thank you for accepting that challenge. I love to see it. And I know it's hard, but you do it anyways. And guys, the reason why we do this is we all have an audience, and it does not matter if you have 2 people seeing that or you have 2,000 people seeing that, because you're creating that audience, okay? So there's a whole reason why we want to have that visibility factor in what we do, because it affects so many people. And my hope is that I can affect somebody in a positive light, but also share about real estate and share how I guide my clients and how I guide them through a transaction. There's so many ways that you guys can utilize visibility in your businesses, but also your life too. So a lot of things that we also talked about with the opportunity that visibility creates for you. Guys, when you're pouring into, even if it's just one other person, what those conversations and how you can make somebody feel throughout their day can be life-changing for somebody. And I never realized the impact of that until I actually had people tell me, Justine, I really needed your message today. Well, guess what, y'all? I share what I need. So again, today, we are all going to talk about how to anchor ourselves in the chaos, because I am chaotic right now, y'all. I think everybody kind of is. And there's no reason why we can't still stay grounded within the chaos. And there's so much going on in our industry, in our world, in our personal lives that most people don't even know about, and they probably won't know about unless we share those things. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, and looping it all back together and how we can kind of create that visibility, but also anchoring ourselves through that chaos, and maybe sharing that message with somebody today that it's okay. It's okay to feel that way. Would anybody else like to share maybe what they took away from last week and if they implemented anything? I know I've seen a few of you on here, so I want to see if you guys will come off of mute and share with me. Otherwise, I'm really going to call you out. So somebody come off mute and tell me what they implemented from last week. And it doesn't even have to be anything from last Thursday. Something that you implemented.
I will add that doing this daily video thing that I've like literally, for whatever reason, it's like I can go on these Zooms, but you tell me to go on Facebook to talk about my day on a daily level is still like it is building a habit. It is building just that behavior, like you said. Um, and so I just truly wanted to say thank you for that because it really you for when you said anchor, I think you need to have somebody else help you when you're not doing it on your own. And I always say to people like, well, what's your plan? What are you doing? And then if you're not doing it, well, then it's like, well, that plan sucks because it's not getting you to where you need to get from point A to point B. So you got to change your plan. And many times we keep like, oh, maybe this will work. Maybe this will work. And during my drinking days, like I used to say every morning, all right, I'm not going to drink today. Today's the day. You know what? I'm going to go to church. And like I just never could do it until I got myself either into a room, I got myself into the right environment, the right people. And so for me, Justine, you are my anchor in making me do my videos because I really can't stand doing it. Like it's like, oh my gosh, I have to do this video. Like I didn't do it first thing this morning, which I've learned like that's the best time for me to do it as soon as I
Yeah.
get out of the gym. And it's building a habit and a behavior to find a time that works for you, but then having you anchor me like you're nipping in my ear, like I got to get this video and I got to make sure I do it. I got to tag her. And
Yep.
so I want to say thank you. And for those that are trying to do something or attempting, like look at your plan, and if your plan's not working, find somebody who's working or doing it and ask them their plan or put them in part of your plan to help you. So those are my 2 cents on what you taught me from last week.
Well, it's so awesome to see you guys actually implementing some of these tools and actions, and hopefully it is working for you in some type of way, even if it's just personally and not just in your business. But it's about building that strategy and doing it. And well, y'all, I still suck at getting Brock my gosh darn schedule. And I think I've been thinking about this. I'm like, why is it so hard for me to do this schedule? And honestly, Brock, I think what scares me the most is I'm so used to the chaos that if I actually write it down, where's my chaos gonna go? Where's it gonna go? Um, but that in my world, I live my life hour by hour, and some people it works for, and some people it doesn't. And most people don't understand my crazy, but that's okay, right? That's okay. That's what I'm learning. It's just because I do something some way and somebody else does it another way doesn't mean either one of us are right or wrong. You find out what works for you guys. And so I think it all goes back to anchoring in that chaos, is finding out what works for you guys when you are in that sense of overwhelm and you feel that chaotic feeling. Um, Guys, there's always been market challenges. There's always market shifting, and there's always been those headlines creating all of this fear, but we are in control of that. And we can feel that chaos and we can feel that uncertainty, feel it, and then put it on the back of that bus. Let it go. Feel it, because it's okay to have your feelings, but we can't hold on to that. We have to let it go. So sit in that moment, feel it, and then put it away. Put it away, sister. Put it away. That's what I tell myself all the time. You felt it, put it away. It's she gone, right? So guys, is there something that you guys are really struggling with, feeling just uncertainty about or chaotic about? How can we kind of help each other? I know if you guys do kind of follow along on my days, I do horseback riding lessons with my daughter on Wednesdays, and I grew up with horses. So that is my absolute just outlet. I can just be around a horse, the smell of a horse, the touch of a horse. It just does something for me. So what is that thing for you guys that helps you in that calm when you're in that chaos feeling? I would love to hear from some of y'all. Let's hear it. Come on now. Ooh, okay. You're gonna make me pick on you. Okay. Let's see. How about we choose Jared?
Oh, I was actually just about to come off mute. There we go.
I feel it. I feel you.
Yeah, I was actually so now I was thinking about is that working now?
Yep, that's perfect.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I was thinking about this yesterday. So the weather's starting to get nice again, and
Yes.
when the time changes back is like my favorite time of the year
Yes.
because now I have the time like after work to go walk 9 holes of golf. That's like my favorite thing to do in like the evening is when you can act when it gets dark at like 9 o'clock, you have an hour and a half afterwards to
Right.
go like walk 9 holes of golf, and that is like my full on calm. That takes all the chaos away.
Good. And it's, there's something about being outside and being in the sunshine, and
Hmm.
that's it for me too. I need that. I need that
Yeah.
in my soul. And so I think that's great. I don't know if you do any sort of grounding work or earthing work, but maybe take that walk after you're done playing golf and go barefoot. I know it sounds crazy, but there is something
That's
about
like
that.
that's like the best thing to do. If it's on a course that allows it, it's like the best thing ever. It's just to
It
walk it
is.
while doing it. Yeah,
It is.
100%.
Well, I love to hear it. Thank you so much, Jared, for sharing. Let's see. Let's see. We've got a couple people. Michelle says she plays tennis or pickleball. We all have to have that outlet, right? Dawn, you said I can. Let's hear from you, Dawn. I would love to hear that. Are you able to come off mute, Dawn? We'll come back to her. We'll come back to her. Okay. Joy says she plays beach volleyball. That is an awesome outlet. Joy, will you share with us? Do you have a team that you do that with, or do you just kind of get friends together?
Hey, yeah, I don't actually have a team. Excuse me. I got some junk going on this morning. I don't have a team. But what I do is every year, spring and summer, they have like community groups. I'm in Pensacola, Florida, and so we can join community groups. So it also
Great.
helps me like meet new people as well. But it's just
I
an
love that.
outlet, just sticking my toes in the sand and just being out there. I forget everything else. It's just, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's just something about that sunshine and that moment of peace and clarity that we get from just pausing, right? Just
Mhm.
pausing. And sometimes
Mhm.
I feel like we all need that. I feel like we absolutely all need that. Is there somebody else that would like to come off and share maybe a tip or trick that they really use to help themselves feel anchored?
Justine, I think I found the unmute button.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
yay!
Sorry.
That's okay.
Folding laundry. That's a thing for me. So my favorite thing to do is walk my dog and just get outside. That's on multiple levels helps. Of course, I'm in New York with still 3 feet of snow, so that was a
Right.
challenge, and I really felt that. So walking at the mall, had to substitute. But one of the things I did yesterday, and it's I have a professional organizer that I use for my homes and staging and stuff. So
Okay.
I've used her for 20 years, so she's become a friend. So I went and hired her I pay her in advance for the year to make sure we meet weekly at
Yeah.
my house. And that has actually that just saved everything in my life because it's someone I know. I take my piles of things I can't make a decision on right now, and like she
Right.
always says, clutter is just, you know or procrastination are just decisions, that you can't make. So
Right.
whether it's my all the thing, and I find it interesting, the things that I put aside. It's bills and mail and sorting my pills and putting the dog,
Yeah.
medicine. I just stupid things. But I used to beat myself up and say, God, what is wrong with me? What's the big deal? Just do
Yeah.
this. So I
Just do
leave
it.
like 30 things, and I stopped analyzing the why and just got on the solution side and said, this is what works. And there's a cost to it, but I hadn't been with her in a month for various reasons. I could hardly even get out of bed. My head
Right.
was
It's just overwhelmed. Yeah.
Yeah. So I called it a brain dump, and I live by the huge wall sticky notes. And we sat there for 2 hours yesterday and brain dumped everything. And she goes, "Well, what topics?" I said, "I don't know, whatever I say." So we have like nine, because as you know, as a mom, as a businesswoman, I mean, there's multiple hats. I had about 12
All the
hats on
time.
there.
Yes,
And
all the time.
so I would say my takeaway is, if even if you don't pay someone, I did exactly what Brock just said this morning. It was funny. You know the book, The One Thing. So I couldn't get this one thing done. Looking at a spreadsheet, I hate it. And and my agent said, "And I can't get this one thing done." I said, "Every day we committed, we do the one thing and text each other." So today is day 3. We've both have gotten 1 to 2 things done that we've literally been trying to do for
Been putting
months.
off. Yep. Isn't
So
it
I guess
amazing?
accountability. Yeah, that's it.
Having that body doubling, I really need that too. It's so bad. I'm like, why do I need somebody at my house just being there? They don't even have to do anything. Just like come sit with me while I fold laundry and God make socks.
Exactly. I call it a babysitter, and
Yes.
it's so crazy. But I would say, because people don't think of that, and I don't. I always think, I'm crazy. Why would anybody need a babysitter?
We
And
all need it. Yeah, we
but
all need it.
yeah, well, that's it. It's like, well, you're not the only one, but people think they are. So, like, even on this little group we have here, because we have such amazing people, if that resonated with someone, they could say, "Hey, Justine," and I've done this with a couple, over the years. You for something works, and then you don't do it again. We would
Right.
sit on the phone, and we would both do our 5 personal notes. So if
Right.
there's anybody, maybe you could have people that might raise their hands for, that might want accountability, and pick somebody, and maybe they could do it. They could be in a different country or a different world. It doesn't matter, right? So that's
Yeah.
it.
Sometimes
Thank you.
yeah, absolutely. I so appreciate you coming on and I feel you in so many different ways. We all have that, right? We all have those things that we know that we need to do, the procrastination. It's because and it's not so much always what is going on in the headlights. That's not ever going to change, y'all. We know this, right? But it's because our mind is on overload. That's exactly what happens in those moments. And so when we allow our minds to be overloaded, we're constantly going into defense mode. We're constantly going into chaos mode because we've allowed this to take over, right? And so you're right, doing that brain dump, and it's something that I'm still working on. I've hired a full-time assistant, and this is week 2 and my life has been changed. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell have I been doing? Why? Because it was that fear, right? I had that fear of, oh my gosh, like, can I afford to have an assistant? And this person's placing their life with me, relying on me for that income. And am I ready for that? I don't know, but you figure it out. Like, you have to, otherwise the chaos cannot be controlled, and you cannot anchor it, right? So I think you did the right thing. The body doubling, we actually have a group here in Atlanta that started a virtual body doubling. So literally we'll just all put on FaceTime, we'll just put it on mute, and we're all just sitting there working to make sure we're all just doing it, right? And sometimes it just takes that. It takes that power of community. And even if it's virtual, it's amazing what it can do for you. Fred, did you have your hand up? I thought I saw your hand raised. Was it up? No. Good morning. I wasn't sure if your hand was raised or not. Okay. So Chet, let's hear from you, my friend. Go ahead and unmute and give us all the things, my friend.
Well, first of all, can you hear me?
Yep, can hear you. Perfect.
Okay, great. So it's amazing how the older you get, things change. So my way of relief is a little different. I have 8 grandkids who all play sports at a very high level, from basketball to baseball to golf. And I don't ever miss a game. They're all here in Charlotte. And I've become known as the grandfather of all of them that is the one that's always yelling at the refs.
Yeah.
They get a bad call, it's me out there yelling. And in fact, this year, one of my grandsons is playing varsity baseball for high school. And I was told by several people that if I yell at an ump, they will take my grandson out of the game. So it
Wow.
is one of those really difficult things for me not to do that, but that's kind of the way I take out my frustration is I take it out on refs that make bad calls.
Yep. And sometimes I agree with you because I'm a sports mom too, and I don't know a ton about sports. I was a swimmer, and my son plays all the dang sports, and I don't know, but yeah, if I see something that doesn't make sense and it was a bad call on the ref for whatever reason, yeah, my mama bear comes out, and you're gonna hear me on the sideline. So I'm real nice until Brock says I'm real nice until I'm not, guys. Okay, so just know that.
Well,
But
I actually have people come up to me that I don't even know
yeah,
in the store, and they say, "Oh, you're Oliver's grandfather. You're James's grandfather," and I'm well known around the leagues for my presence, let's say.
right, right. And sometimes it's not a bad thing, right? Everybody's entitled to their feelings and their opinion. It's how do you feel in that moment? How do you feel when somebody comes up and tells you that? Is it a good feeling, or are you like, oh shit, did I mess that up? How would you say you take that when somebody says that to you?
How do I take it?
Hmm.
I just kind of brush it off. Doesn't I mean nothing really bothers me. Just, I just go with the flow,
That's right.
basically.
Yep, that's all you can do. That's all
Yep.
you can do.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. I love the fact that your grandkids have a grandpa that's willing to fight for them and fight for what's right. I love that. Absolutely love that, and that you're not afraid to speak up. That's great. I think a lot of us sometimes need that confidence. So I love that you have that. Okay, let's see. Karen says, I've been working with my health journal and working with a health coach. I've started a daily food journal. I've started working on my calendar. I joined my Silver Slippers group at the YMCA. I feel like I'm taking control. Karen, I love that. I was actually just talking to my mom last night about I think hers is Silver Sneaker or something like that. So it might be the same thing. But I think that's so amazing because life can chew us up and spit us out, and we wake up and realize, oh shit, what am I doing all this for? What am I doing all this for if I'm not happy, or if I'm not taking care of myself? And those are the things that we have to take care of. We have to take care of ourselves in order to pour into other people. And I think all of this goes back into managing that chaos, right? And anchoring ourselves when we feel chaotic and out of control. So I love the fact it sounds like a lot of us really love being outside, being outdoors, being passionate about the things that we love. And I think that that's integral to be able to anchor in those moments of chaos. Um, you know, for me, I feel like I always have to have all the answers to everything, and that actually holds me back. That doesn't anchor me. It truly holds me back from questioning so much in every which way. Brock knows this. I question everything. But it's those moments when you can lower those barriers and those barriers of resistance, and just allow things to happen the way they're supposed to and not question it and know that it's okay. These are the things that is okay to have. We're always continuing to learn, we're always continuing to connect, and every single step forward creates that proof. So I hope that this helped you guys a little bit today. Brock, I know you just sat back down at your desk getting him off to school. Is there anything that you wanted to provide towards the end of today?
Provide at the end of the day today. No, I kind of shared it earlier today that, having it out, several of you on here, it's good to see you, Michael Burke. Um, just, we all have our own way of releasing or whatever it might be. I'm just going to reiterate going back to, you know, what's happening in our world that I hear many people share, and obviously the war being a big thing, that it's pretty known. Like it's you can't let I always go back to the serenity prayer of you can't let outside things affect what you're doing internally. Like you can't control it. You can't control the rates. You can't control the war. You can't control your sister. You can't control the person next to you. You can't control your kids. You can guide people. You can encourage people. But when it's all said and done with, I think with the main theme that I've been hearing the last 2 weeks is, I think Cullen said it best. What is on your mirror and who's in your mirror? And those things really resonated with me when I look into the mirror and be like, are you going to do what you need to do today? Are you going to have more excuses? Or are you going to have results today? Are you going to follow your schedule today? Are you going to let distractions take care of you today? Are you going to get on your phone? Are you going to let that phone call? And those that know me, like Jada just says he wants to talk to me. I said, you can talk to me today from 1:05 to 1:15. Like that is my schedule today because it's my coaching day and I'm very limited on when I can talk because I need to make sure that I stay on schedule. And so I would just say to you all, like, if your plan sucks, if you're not doing what you need to do, find somebody on here. Find somebody that can help you with accountability. I love hearing the Zoom meets.
Yeah.
Like find people on here, like, hey, let's do a Zoom meet. Like we all have Zoom. You can be on mute, but just be like, hey, from 10 to 11, can we just, could four of us be on Zoom so that way I'm sitting at my desk and if I pick up my phone, yell at me. Like don't make me get on my cell phone because I need to do this or whatever it might be. So that would be my 2 cents for anybody. Like audit your plan. If your plan's not getting you to your goal, if it's not getting you 1% better every day, if it's not leaning towards it, then your plan sucks and you need to adjust it. So plain and simple. So that's my 2 cents for you, Justine. I'll let you close us out.
Well, I love to hear it. Your plan sucks. That's my biggest takeaway from today. My plan sucks, y'all. But no, that's why we love having these spaces, guys, because we bounce out ideas that all help us in so many different ways. And I just appreciate y'all all being on here and being open. I am so excited for my event next week. It is Tuesday on the 10th from 1 to 6 in Marietta, Georgia. Chet just shared that he is going to be coming. So if anybody would love to carpool, he is in South Charlotte. Y'all, it's an easy ride, well, boring ride from Charlotte to Atlanta, but riding with Chet, I'm sure he will make it very fun. Brock is going to be there sharing with us. And y'all, this event means so much to me because it's been so many amazing people that have poured so much into me over this past year. And my heart is so excited to be able to share that with everyone. So I do have a special discount code for everybody on the call today, and it is Brock, BROCK, and it's for half off your tickets. We would love to see you there. I promise it will be an impactful day, and I will give you everything I've got, all of the tools and all the amazing people that are going to be there and pour into each and every one of you for you guys to be able to implement these things in your businesses. And it is primarily real estate, realtor focused, but anybody that comes to this, whether you're an entrepreneur, any sort of business, you will be able to take away implementable tools. So I hope to see you all there. And if not, I hope you guys have an amazing Thursday. Y'all go out, get some sunshine, soak it all in, and remember to take that moment to just breathe and be anchored in that moment.
Justine, I forgot to add my little plug. For
Yes.
those of you that are struggling with artificial prompts for ChatGPT, Claude, and everything else, today on Power Players at 10 o'clock Eastern, I will share with you prompts that I'm using, prompts that I'm implementing, and prompts that you might not know about. So today's at 10 a.m., I'm doing AI prompts. So that's my coaching for Power Players. So my little plug. Thanks, Justine.
Awesome. Bye, guys. Happy Thursday.